It's Easter weekend, and while it looks like this now, at the beginning of this week, we had no intention of decorating for Easter. And then I kind of just got bitten by a bug, a festive bug that demanded a tablescape. So actually this is the only piece of Easter decor that we bought, and it's because it's adorable. He hangs on things. Isn't he adorable? So earlier this week, this was the extent of our Easter decor collection. And basically over the last couple of days, we used some scrap wood, scraps of fabric, and a lot of enthusiasm, and created this little Mantle Easter extravaganza. So yeah, let's get stuck into it and we'll take you through how we've created everything. So check out this scrap wood Easter project video, because that's a completely separate video. And in this one, we're going to be looking at the other decor items.
Let's do this.
I saw a really cool idea for an AstroTurf Easter bunny on Burlap, but I only had this super tiny piece of AstroTurf in my craft supplies. So I basically ended up just doing the bunny head and the bunny ears on a piece of scrap hardwood, and then I just hot glued the burlap material over it. I think it came out really cute, except Hugh did say that it looks like the Playboy bunny. Either way, I mean, it's a bunny, so. So next up, we're making a set of dip dyed placemats, and what I did was I just rough cut 4 rectangles from some white cotton material that I had lying around, and then I just frayed the edges a little bit. We are going to be making a natural dye, so we've used 2 tablespoons of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of salt, and then 2 cups of boiling water. It's important to use hot water. And then you basically just mix that all together and you dip dye your placemats in one by one. Next, you want to just hang them open. Make sure they're not touching one another, otherwise your color will smudge. And then once they're dry, you simply brush the turmeric powder off of them. While we were waiting on the placemats to dry, I decided to get cracking with our flower vases. Basically, it's just repurposed pasta sauce jars, given them a wash, got the label off, and then used straightforward white acrylic paint. One of the last quick DIYs that we did was make a Hessian runner for the Easter table. I just cut open one of the coffee sacks that we had and then used a hot glue gun because it wasn't long enough to make sure that I had a runner long enough to cover the length of the table. For the Hessian bunny for the table, I basically did a template out of A4 paper and then cut that twice in the Hessian fabric. Using a hot glue gun, I made a rough seam around the edges and then stuffed it with the filling of one of our pillows. So I just cut an old pillow open and grabbed a handful of feathers. The fabric bunny took a little bit longer to make because I decided to do a running stitch instead of using hot glue. So I just did a simple running stitch along the perimeter of the bunny and again stuffed it full of feathers from one of our pillows. The last Easter DIY was a simple bunny bunting, and I basically just cut out little flag shapes from the same Hessian material that I've been using for everything else. I used a happy birthday banner flag as a template, and then I copied a silhouette of an Easter bunny off the internet, and then basically just used a black marker to get the template on all of the flags, and then straightforward white acrylic paint to color in the bunny itself. I do have to say that the paint didn't really show up that well on the Hessian, and it took about 3 coats before I was happy with how it turned out. So now that everything is ready, all of our scrap wood and last minute Easter DIYs and decorations, it's time to put everything together. Next, we gathered everything that we thought we might need for the table. So we coupled the DIYs that we created with some stuff we had lying around the house, like books, Christmas garlands, obviously Easter chocolates, and some other things like candle stands and things like that. that's it. You've made it to the end. Feel free to share any cool links to other Easter DIYs in the comment section of this video. We hope that you'll tune in for our next video. We're currently in the middle of a makeover on my office space. I'm turning it into a grown-up Harry Potter themed office that's functional, so it's not going to be too crazy.
Scared Potter.
But it is so cozy, which is perfect because in South Africa we are in autumn right now, and I can't think of anything better than to be completely immersed in Slytherin for winter. So I hope to see you there.